What's good, Life and Poetry fam? Welcome back to the channel with your boy, your host, the one and only, Marcus T, this guy. And we are back with another video. Life and Poetry fam, sheesh. We gonna hop into this one without hesitation. But you guys saw from the title, you saw from the thumbnail, we're gonna be talking about another Regroup Recharge part here. I don't know what part this is here, but yeah, so we're gonna talk about that. Before we get into all that good stuff, guys, do me a huge favor. I think you already know what I'm about to say. If you don't, listen up. If you are new here, or if you have been here before and have not already done so, please go and do me a huge favor and go ahead and like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. And once you've done that, please turn on your notification bell so that you can be notified every time we here at Life and Poetry drop a new video. And remember, I say we because you never know who's going to pop up and grace us with their presence here on this channel. Who's going to be here with us with the Life and Poetry family team. And yeah, and prayerfully all that's done so we can get into today's video. I'm not going to be it's not going to be a long conversation. I'm going to try to condense it as best as possible here. But I want to give you this a little backstory with this process here for this particular video. Again, like I said, we're going back into the regroup recharge portion of everything. And if you saw the first series, which was a collection of, I think, like maybe 4 or 5 videos, I think I did. I don't know. I don't remember how much, how many videos it actually was right now. But that was then. I talked about having to pull back for, to make sure that that I was together, mentally, emotionally, physically, all that good stuff was in order. You've been with me long enough to know that I try not to do things out of order. It just doesn't happen like that with me. I got to make sure that I'm in a certain pocket at times, whereas if mentally I'm not there, I just can't do it. So from time to time, I have to step back, and I chose to do that this time as well. And the first time God gave me a 14-day thing of cleansing from social media and all that stuff. I cleansed from social media, working on the book. I didn't even edit content that first 14 days. I wasn't even looking at content. I wasn't thinking about nothing at that time. It just was me spending time with myself and evaluating me and where I was standing, and me spending time with God first and foremost. And that was that 14-day trial. It was really trial and tribulation of 14 days. It was hard, but I made it through it. And this time around, God gave it back to me. He said, "You know what? It's time to do it again." And he instructed me at that point from this time around that every month, take time for me to step back and recalibrate stuff like that, because creating this content, it may not be as much as you see with those bigger YouTubers with all this fancy, this, that, and the third, but creating content and being, and being consistent with it, and keeping it to a certain standard, it takes a lot out of a person. It's just me. I'm recording, I edit, I do everything myself, and although I have a team behind me that's supporting me, so on and so forth, but when it comes to the content itself, it's me. I'm putting it out there. I'm editing it. I'm proofing it. I'm doing all these things here. And it's the wear and tear is no joke. So gracefully, God steps back and says, "You know what? We're going to do this here," so on and so forth. And yeah, so I've been doing just that, and as I've been taking the step back, I've just had to just get me together. But this time around, God didn't give me 14 days. He gave me a week. He gave me 5 days, which was a blessing. The 14 days was hard. It was hard, but I made it through. But this time around, He gave me 5 days, and I said, "Okay, God, I'm working with these 5 days here, and just guide me as to where you want me to go with this here." So in this 5-day period, I had time to sit back, and I sat with God, and I was in the Word, and I was reading my Bible, and God gave me a Bible plan to tackle, which was in fact 5 days long, right? He gave me a 5-day regroup recharge and a 5-day Bible plan. Each day I had a new piece of the Bible that I was breaking down or dissecting, and so on and so forth. But in the process of me sitting with God and and actually reading through the plan and understanding it, and then rereading it again after it was done. Because I'm a person. Although I read it the first time, especially in the Word of God, I may read it the first time, but I come back around. I need to figure out exactly, okay, why am I here in this specific passage, and why did God send me this way, and how does it pertain to me, right? So as I'm going through that there. And the Bible plan, it's a Bible plan on my app, the phone. You get the Bible app, whatever. It was a Bible plan. It was called. He called us by name. I believe those were the Bible plan was titled. He called us by name, and really breaking down how God specifically knows us as us. Specifically by name. He knows the sounds we make. He knows how we move, how we operate, how we think. He knows us individually, as well as collectively. But it pinpointed the individual thing. Like he knows us by name. He called us by name. And I was sitting there, and I'm like, okay, God, you know me, so why am I in this space now? Where am I getting from this here? And he had me sit down. God literally had me sit down and reevaluate everything that I went through in these past few years, and to evaluate it from then to now, right? So I had to take this space here from the past couple of years, and I took this space here from like the past few months, right? The past few months, which it's been a roller coaster of a lot of things that has been transpiring with me mentally and spiritually, that I had to like really pull back and say, okay, let me allow me to process this here, allow me to figure this out, as so that when I do take these next steps here, what's next, so on and so forth. And I sat back for those 5 days, and each day it was something different emotionally, and that I tapped into, and I was thinking about so much stuff. Like, this is the month of November. We just started the month of November. With November. I'm recording this on the 10th. It's gonna go up on the 11th, but it's like the first. It's just the first piece of November, and I know that closing out October. Closing out October it's been hard for me for like a long time, because if you guys know, I don't know if I touched on this before, but I think I have. But October 22nd was the day that my father had passed and transitioned. Transitioned, and it doesn't really hurt. It doesn't really hit me as often, or as as heavy all the time. But this time around, it was something different. I started thinking about my father, and I started thinking about my brother who passed recently as well. And it was so much, and I didn't know that it was going to be like that. But okay, so I dealt with that there, and I'm pushing through, and I'm like, okay, so there's so much other stuff that I'm dealing with here, and I talked to my spiritual team, my spiritual advisors. I'm not with a counselor anymore, like a therapist or a counselor anymore. But I had my spiritual team there, my spiritual advisors there, my pastor, and so on and so forth, and also my wife. And I was talking to my wife about these things here, and I was expressing to my wife, and I believe I said this to her, that it's been real hard, trying to make sure things are flowing the way that that we want them to go, and it takes a toll on you from time to time, and especially for me. I'll speak for me. I know a lot of other men out there have this issue here, which is something that we need to break, but we don't know how to truly convey our emotions at times, because it's been put on us for a long time that if you show weakness, then you're not, it's not manly to show weakness, or to show that you're doubting, or that you're fearful, and all these other things. But it's been a lot for me to walk through, and I had to let it out. And I've been in prayer about it constantly. I'm like, God, okay, give me something here to show me that I'm where you need me to be, and that where I'm supposed to be, and then I was sitting with God. I was praying, and I was praying. I was sitting with God. I was praying and praying some more. And if you know me, my sacred prayer space is in my tub. It's something like with the flow of water, and just the calmingness of it all, and just you and God, right? And for lack of better terms, you are completely naked from everything, and I'm talking about metaphorically speaking. You're there, and you're stripped of everything. It's just you and God, and It's just you and God in the most unadulterated type of way. And it's my time that nothing is around. I don't have nothing going on. I may have some music playing in the background that calms my mind, or maybe just me in thought. It's me in prayer in this tub here, and it's just me and God in these moments here. And God spoke something clear to me, and He gave me this. He gave me this here, and which really rang true. It rang true on so much. God spoke to me, said to me, right? He said to me, He said, "Son, because you stood steadfast in the chaos, because you stood steadfast in the chaos, I'm going to pull you out." And in the moment, I was like, okay, so, okay, I'm trying to process here. And He says to me again, He says, "Because you stood fast in the chaos, I'm going to pull you out." And then He goes on to say, once I said to Him, I said, "Okay, God, I receive it. But what's next?" He said to me, what did He say? Come on. It was so much, and it really hit me, it resonated in me. He said, "Because you stood fast in the chaos, I'll pull you out." He said to me that He needed me in the chaos. He needed me in the chaos. So I was going through so much. I'm going through so much stuff because He needed me there. And I'm like, okay, God, if you want me there, why? Why? I don't know about you, but I'm the one who asked the question. I got to ask the question why, because I want to understand why I'm in this mess and why is it pulling for me for so much? And He said to me, because I had to go through a strengthening phase. He literally made me uncomfortable so that I can get to the other side. Sometimes you gotta get uncomfortable to get to where I get to. I think I gave this analogy before in a video. In order to create a diamond, you have to pressurize coal, right? You have to pressurize coal, right? You put it under so much pressure that it comes out glistening as a diamond. And He was showing me that there, and I was like, okay, God. So all this stuff here is because I had to be in the chaos, and this is why you gave me the 5 days. The Bible plan 5 days. He called us by name. God knows my name. He knows me. He knows where I'm standing. He's positioned me here for something bigger than I can fathom, than I can expect. But through that 5-day period, I literally had to sit back. I literally sat back and looked at so much stuff that was happening that I was like, my God. I was bottling up so much stuff, and I recognized the fear that I had, and it's this fear of failure, and it came back. I suppressed it for so long, but it came back, and it took these 5 days for me to see it, and I was like, man, it's creeping back up to the point that my stutter came back, right? The point that I was doubting myself. I was doubting that I was hearing God, although I was proclaiming with my mouth, I'm hearing God speaking to me, but in the same breath, I'm like, God, okay, so what's the plan, man? Come on, like what's the plan? Like where we at? Where we going with this here? And the entire time, God was like, look, I got you. But I had to take this time off, like I said, to the itch. I had to take this time off to make sure that mentally I was there, emotionally I was there, most of all spiritually I was there. This time we spending with God these 5 days is just receiving and downloading God and just taking the time to breathe it all. I literally wrote myself a reminder when each month. My board is here. My calendar board is here on the right here on my wall. I have a dry erase board, and I plan out my videos, whatever is on my schedule for that month to do. Specifically the videos, I make sure at the beginning of the month each video is planned out. What I want to do every Tuesday and Thursday, 6 p.m. Each video is indeed planned out. Other than the slow walk to 30 videos, other than that, each video is indeed planned out, right? But I mark on the wall, so on there it says slow walk to 30. I don't know what we're going to talk about, but for that day, it's planned out for that day, just not the topic, or it's not the topic. For I let God over that topic, you know what I'm saying? Because it may change. I could plan something out and it would change like that. But it's planned out, and I wrote myself a note, and it says, remember to breathe. Remember to breathe. The first day I took off for my cleansing from social media, from working, from all that stuff there, I said to myself, yo, you got to breathe. You're taking on so much stuff. You're taking on so much, and you're not breathing. You're letting it take over you, in a sense that you're going to crumble under it all. And it's not the good crumble where you can stand up like with from the ashes the phoenix rose. No, it was going to crumble, like, and it's just going to fall on top of me to the point where it's going to suffocate me, and I was just going to be done with it all. And God saw it, and He said, you know what? No. He's like, yo, just breathe, breathe through it. And I literally every day I wake up now, I tell myself, breathe. Right, deep breath in, hold it, and release. Push all that fear out, push all that anxiety out, push all that doubt out, push out that stutter, push it all out, and just breathe. And I made it through that 5 days, with just me and God, and I like to think that, truthfully, I mean, it's cliche to say, but without God, I wouldn't be sitting right here right now. Trust me, I would not be right here right now. But taking that time out to regroup, and it's a blessing, and it's a lifesaver. It's a life changer. And I encourage you all to take time out to make sure that you guys are squared away or good to go, or in good standing and good health, mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. Like make sure you're in alignment with where you want to be in that moment, in that season of time, and don't allow yourself to be encapsulated with all the isms of the world, and all the isms that we put on ourselves, and all the doubts and the fears and the anxieties and all these other labels we can attach to ourselves in those moments. Don't just take that time out to do what? Breathe. It's as simple as deep breath in, and release. Deep breath in, release, and just allow yourself to calm, and just quiet the storm for just a moment, so that you can see where you are in that time. And that's what I did this time around, and I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to stick with God in this one here, and He said for me to do it each month, and that's what I'm going to do each month. I'm going to take time out, and it's up to Him to tell me how long it's going to be. It could be from one day to the whole 30 days. I'm going to do what God says to do to make sure that I'm where I need to be standing, so that when He catapults me to that next space, I'm prepared for it, that I have the momentum and the capacity to get there. I emphasize capacity, because we put so much stuff in us. Right, we hold on to so much stuff. We harbor so much. We harbor, and then we pack down. Then we harbor some more. Then we find space. It's like a game of Tetris. Sometimes, you find where the block fits, and you allow it to fall in space. But sometimes you have to release. Sometimes you got to release all the old. You have to release the old. I believe the scripture says you cannot fit new wine to old wineskins, because it will surely burst. I believe that's the scripture there. But it's true. Do not allow the newness to settle into oldness. Right? Push all that oldness out and breathe. Right? Push all the oldness out and breathe. And allow space for that newness to come in and to settle in the spaces where it's supposed to be. I'm blessed for your family again. We're going to keep pushing forward. I'm going to keep breathing. I challenge and encourage you to keep breathing as well. And remember, deep breath in, release. Right? Guys, I love y'all so much. Thank y'all so much for rocking with your boy again. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Turn on the notification bell, all that good stuff. And yeah, just remember to breathe. Remember to breathe. Tip of the month. Remember to breathe. Life for your family. I love y'all so much. We're gonna catch y'all next time. Don't forget, every Tuesdays and Thursdays, upload times. Every Tuesdays and Thursdays. We got some great videos coming out for this month here as we close out the year. Some great stuff is coming. Tuesday, Thursday, 6 p.m. Unless otherwise noted, those will be confident upload days. Please don't forget to follow me on my social media: Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, the Life and Poetry Facebook page. Guys, follow me on all those platforms so you can be updated with content I'm posting there, or updates to what's going to come here, what's not to come, so on and so forth on the channel. And especially on the Facebook page, that's where you see most likely on the Facebook page is where you're going to see the updates to the channel there. And yeah, but just stay tuned on all that content. Stay tuned for this week here, guys. I'm going to close out this video here, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. But as always, be blessed, stay safe. Until next time, we out. Peace.